Hello. I've come to share a new kit with you today and to do a few makes. Now, I had a few people contact me about the products that I used in order to make the textured backgrounds. So I've made a digital version. We've got it in a few different colours. There are several elements of tags for you to use, and then there are a page of elements to add to your tags and also a page of bugs. So I will carry on and then we'll move on to the makes. I've added a faint line around the edge of the bugs to help cut, and then there are a couple of ready-made pages. So these two are complete tags and the other page are elements that are made for you to add to the big tag bases. I have all of the pieces cut. It's very warm. So these two, obviously we won't work on these because these are a simple case of mounting those and you're done really. We might use some of those. They're just this size, and these are the tags, all the little elements and the little pieces to mount. So first thing I'm going to do is just pick, I think we'll do maybe 3. Let's do these. I'm just going to find a, okay, it's got it on there. I mean, they all work, so it doesn't really matter. Let's maybe, we'll make one of them. Possibly make one of those. Okay, keep these close. We might use those. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to mount these pieces onto some cardboard that I have here. So we use that bit for smaller actually. Yeah, I'm just going to mount all of these pieces and then cut them out. Our pieces are all ready to go. I've inked them and they're all mounted onto a cardboard. This one is not quite as thick as the ones I used for the modelling paste, but then they don't need to be as sturdy because there's only paper coverage here. So if we do the super quick and easy one first. I can't remember where I was going to put that. I think I was going to put it onto here. So what I'm going to do is, just to give this a little bit more interest, I'm going to grab a piece of my black floss or embroidery thread. Hold that at the back. You can still embellish these with all sorts of brads and metal elements if you want. Just check that from the front. I actually quite like that over there. So I'm going to keep those smaller at that edge. Just pop a bead of glue along there and along there. This is super fast. Okay, now I have a load of my scraps here. Oh, didn't ink that one. That's already. So now we've got that 3D or that raised look. We've got a piece of cotton here. You can still add to it if you wish. You could put a little sentiment along the bottom here. But that is done. One down. These ones we're going to decorate a little bit more. So I'm going to just grab the elements that came with the kit. I'm going to emboss those shortly. Just lay these bits down and see what we have. Just want to make sure I'm not. Okay, I think I like those. I'm going to kind of do a bit more to these. So this one here, what I want to do is I want to mount this onto cardstock because I want this to be a little bit more sturdy. It's going to have to hold that dragonfly into place. So I'm going to work on this one first. And what I'm going to do is find, that's not quite wide enough, just going to find a piece of card. Okay, what I want to do is, I'm going to grab my pencil, just going to draw a line here and here, here and here, as if this had corners, because I want it to fit as much of that as possible to make that a little bit more sturdy. I'm going to come in very slightly so I don't have it showing, and hopefully the only bit that's going to show are those corners. Yep, that's okay. So I'm going to line this up. I'm just going to draw a little line here because that's where I'm going to cut, and I'm just going to cut straight corner. I'm not going to worry about this being shaped. That will work. I'm going to ink this piece. Actually makes it look so much nicer having this inked. I'm going to actually add a little bit of ink to that inside panel too. And then I'm going to ink the edge of this as well, because it may well show. I'm just making sure that's not kind of appearing down there. If we get a tiny bit showing, it's going to be a little bit of inked, so that's okay. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to ink these elements. Okay, so that little element is done. Quite like that a lot. And then this piece, obviously we need to ink. Ink in this corner. I'm going to roll this corner here. And I'm going to roll this corner, and then I'm just going to distress the edges. We could have done this before, so the inside edges were distressed, but it's not going to be a big problem. And you can use a pair of scissors for this. It doesn't have to be a specific tool. Okay, now I'm going to go in with the darker ink around the edges here. And of course that little curl. Darken that up a little bit. Right, I think need to ink a little bit more around there. Okay, so this is going to go directly onto here, so we're good to glue this bit down. Now, because I want this across there and that attached to that, this little blue stamp is going to go sideways down here. I'm just going to push these down into the cardboard a little bit. That's the beauty of using cardboard as well. You can push these a little bit into the cardboard and they glue a lot easier because they become a lot flatter. Do I want to raise? No, I'm going to glue this directly to here. So let's line it up. Decide where we're putting that. I think there. So I'm just going to draw a little line with my pencil so I know where to glue. And I have to apologise because I've had a few comments about me being quiet, and when I craft I just mumble, and I keep telling myself not to do it, but it's just kind of
how it is. Even when I'm on my own, I'll be talking to myself, mumbling away. Try and get that lined up, but then make sure we're, yeah, that's pretty cool. Pretty well lined up there. Right, so I'm going to do the same again. I'm going to add some string to this. This will go onto here, but we need to add some cardstock behind there to raise that. So let's just cut a piece. These are really cool. I really like these. I'm really happy with this kit. It does make tag making much quicker with these layered elements, and obviously, you know, to create that textured background and then dry it and then paint it and then keep drying it, this is allowing for a much quicker kind of turnaround of these style tags, really. Which is pretty good. Right, now it just needs some raised tabs for this. So yeah, I don't know if any of you are big fans of the Formula One, but we had our first sprint qualifying yesterday. It was awesome. Only 3 races like that this year. They're thinking of doing 6 if it goes well this year. But there's already a bit of moaning amongst the teams. Of course, the ones that didn't do too well in the sprint qualifying are not happy or keen on the idea. But it was really good for us fans to get an extra race in. There we go. Let's get these glued into place. Right, that's too big. It won't get wasted, don't worry. I'll just pull some of this out. The reason I didn't include the hole is because you might not want a hole, but there is still a clear indication of where the hole should be if you wanted to put that in. So that is our first tag, and all of this comes from the kit. The only thing I've added is this piece here and one tiny brad. So that's tag number 1. For tag number 2, I'm gonna ink up my pieces and back the pieces, and I'm gonna speed this up. I just left the edges not quite stuck down, so it looks a little bit more tatty. Just keep pushing those up slightly. Let's lose a little bit of this, not too much. That'll do. Put a hole in. Oh, moved. It moved a little bit. That's okay. Right, so in a very short space of time, considering how long the other one, I mean, that first tag took me about 4.5 hours, 5 hours nearly, to make, and you could make a whole heap of these. I was going to heat emboss this to put that there, but I'm not going to do that at the moment because I'm actually happy with these how they are. So that's our 3 tags. I love the fact that they're a little bit brighter, different colours than I was making them before, but you can still see all of that lovely texture in there. And we can still, if we wanted to, go around this with some gold paste. I hope you like them. I hope you find the kit useful, especially for those of you that have contacted me about the products I used. And I will see you all again soon. Bye!